Hey guys, we want to hear your unexplained stories. If you want to be a phone-in guest, or just email it to us at encounters@kyxfiles.com. Back to the show.
Welcome to the Kentucky X-Files, Season 2, with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, so you never miss an episode. Now, on to our show.
It was coming towards me. Just crouched down. For me, at first, I thought it was a distant orange thing.
I thought it was a bear. You can tell the difference between like a small, spindly leg creature and something with a larger foot. And it was big, whatever it was. It ran straight down at us and just stopped. And it was pitch black. Couldn't see it.
And most of these witnesses that have come close to these things could have been killed.
It was beating on the side of the house. I didn't get on the side of the house as it went by.
Now, when it stood up, that's when I knew it was a dog.
Right, like I needed someone to have pure faith in a higher power at that moment, and nobody fucking did.
Welcome back, guys, to the Kentucky X-Files.
Welcome
Welcome back. You set me up there. Yeah, you set me up. I hate you.
You were looking right at me too.
I've
an
been
artist.
wondering this since we came back into the little recording area.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have blue tape on your
What? How did that get there?
your cleavage area?
It's okay. You can say nipples.
Okay.
There's the tape is there for when I'm jogging.
On the outside of your shirt?
Yeah, that's supposed to be on the inside.
And it's masking tape.
Well, now you guys tell me.
Dude, that actually...
It's funny, too. I did this like 2 hours ago.
I noticed it when we first came out. I just...
Why were you...
What?
Why were you looking?
I wasn't just looking. I just noticed it.
You noticed it.
Because your shirt is red, and that's blue. It's like it's a different...
So, I handed him the roll of masking tape in the studio to tear off for the numbers.
Yeah.
How did you end up with strips?
I don't remember. I mean, a lot of stuff happened.
I mean, that's true.
There was a lot of things going on, you know.
Things were being thrown around.
Yeah. But anyway, we got some YouTube comments from the last video.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear some of them? They're pretty awesome. There was one in here I really liked.
Are they mean?
Are they mean?
Are they mean?
This one, I don't know. Jen Jones says in response to the spider incident in the episode, I am so scared to kill a spider because I'm scared if I miss, then it knows my face. It'll come back and get me. I tried to nap under a throwaway. I tried to trap it under a throwaway cup and make my husband deal with it when he gets home. Great episode as always. Hope y'all have a good week. What if, do you watch it the whole time it's under the cup though? How do you know? Because I trapped a big spider one time. It was the only time a spider actually got to me where I was like, ooh. Because I trapped it, and then it started hurling itself at the side of the cup, and I could literally feel it.
Like,
I'm like, dude, this dude's pissed. I'm afraid of him. Right. Someone here, this is weird. It's, his name is also Josh Gibbs. I don't know if it's a coincidence. He responded to that, said, "You should have seen Tyler's face when I." Oh, there's another Tyler too out there. It's weird. You should have seen Tyler's face when I tapped it on its legs to get it to come out from under the dolly. Jen Jones responds with, "I would have been running in a circle screaming personally." Lots of people chimed in on this, Tyler. You're not alone. You have a big support group here. Right. Scott Moran, or I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. "I make my wife kill the spiders." As she should.
I'd like to feel like that's probably one of the big reasons why I'm probably single, is because I've told women that I was like, hey, if I see a spider, I'm throwing you at it.
I like here at the very end of that whole, this became an entire thread, by the way, which I love. Jen Jones responds with, "My husband has to come home more times than I can count with a cup upside down on the floor with a napkin that has an arrow saying, 'Big Spidey, please get rid of it.' It's a good thing your wife does it. No way I could. Guess you and I would agree to just burn the house down and move." It's the only thing that makes any sense.
It's the only logical thing.
Let's see. Brittany says here, "Believe in the government, nothing else. LOL. I think it's one of those type things. And if they don't know about them, maybe we need someone in charge who does." Question: do Bigfoots have whiskers? I've never thought of that. I mean, whiskers as in like shaving. You know what I mean? Like whiskers?
See, now my mind went straight to picturing a Bigfoot with like kitten whiskers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like little droplets of milk on it.
I don't know why, but I was thinking about like in the 80s, my dad with the gigantic electric razor sitting there, you know, like, and it was like he'd do a pass and you'd still see some whiskers because you know how it is.
Yeah.
I think he what he was talking about, like actual like cat-like whiskers.
Yeah.
Because they're different. I want to say different material.
I mean, maybe.
But because if you actually touched a cat's whiskers, they feel tougher than their actual fur.
Yeah, they feel like fiber optic cable.
Yeah, like they're very tough. So I don't know, like, but what are the purpose? Like,
it's so that when they go into a hole, if their whiskers fit, they know their head does and their body. If they can't fit their whiskers in there, like if it presses against them, they won't go in.
You're not screwing with me on that.
Not screwing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like curb feelers.
Yeah. So, I don't like
show my age on that one, but yeah.
Curb feelers. Oh my God.
So with that kind of, I don't see a Sasquatch having those. I think he could judge. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that whole retro, like this, like what else has whiskers other than like? Well, I know any kind of feline does. I know, like, dogs. Does bears? No, bears. I don't think bears do.
I've never been close enough to a bear's face.
No, I don't know.
You were at that one. What was that guy's name?
Was not.
You never went?
I was close, but
why didn't you go? The bears are awesome.
There was just something about him.
I loved it. When he came, he's like, don't go near that one. He'll get you.
See, folks out there. So for some context, years ago, I went to hang out with a legend named Mr. Rod Scott. I doubt that he'll ever hear this, but if he does, this man was literally made in a factory out of stainless steel. He was the man's man. He had 2 pet bears. I mean, dude, the guy he's a blacksmith, builds cannons and shit, you know, and literally has pet bears. That's a manly man to me. Like, if he was out in the woods, Bigfoot would probably just hide. You know,
come in for a cup of coffee.
And I didn't go very close to the bears. One reason is because when I started to walk towards them, he's like, "Just be careful of that one. She'll grab your arm." I was like, "Okay, I'll just stay the fuck over here." Stephen Dom says, "I love hearing from you guys. Keep the episodes coming." You know what? You got a deal, buddy.
You got a deal there.
You got yourself a bargain. Scott says, "I love listening to you guys. You guys are literally going to make our heads swell up. This is ridiculous."
Yeah. Thank you.
Travis Drum, super fan. I mean, we're a super fan of you. "The odds of finding bones are astronomical. Just think about how many dinosaurs there was on the planet and how few fossils we have found." he's not wrong on that one. Fossilization is a rare occurring thing, not something that happened to every single skeleton out there, unfortunately. So there's probably millions of species we'll never know about.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's like, so we wouldn't even know a lot of species that actually roam this earth.
And he also said that, I'm right there with you, Denny. I've always wondered about the infrasound and how it works and what are the effects on different animals. I'm curious about that one. We touched on that one last time about does Bigfoot use an infrasound to freeze a deer in its tracks and then go up and punch it in the face or whatever it does. You know, I know there was eyewitness accounts I'd heard years ago where they said they saw it literally grab the deer by the back legs and just smash it up against a tree. And I'm like,
pretty intense.
Like, that's one way of doing it. You know, it reminds me of years ago seeing somebody feed their pet snake, where they pulled the mouse out of the thing, literally go bink one time on a table and just threw it in. And it just literally, like, I don't know, it didn't kill the mouse, but it definitely disabled it. I mean, there's no coming back from that one.
Right.
You know. So, yeah, it's interesting.
I just wonder, like, because there's different effects we talked about in the infrasound area but not all animals that can do infrasound, they only do the certain effects. Like, they only go to that frequency. It doesn't seem like they go, like, I don't think, like, there's studies showing that the line does 18 hertz, and that said that's supposed to paralyze.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like they use any of the other, like, they don't go lower.
Right.
Is it just an instinct like this? Like, okay, I use this just to get food.
Well, and not all the animals that can produce infrasound are predatory. You know, peacocks.
I know elephants, rhinos.
Yeah, there's a bug too, a beetle.
Yeah.
That when you stand over their, like, where they live, you'll actually start feeling the effects of infrasound, which is really, I thought that was crazy.
Can't dolphins do it too?
I thought whales.
Whales can,
Whales?
for sure. I don't know. Dolphins probably. I mean,
And they consider the smartest creature.
yeah, one of them.
Dolphin.
Yeah, unless you go the Douglas Adams approach.
What's that?
Well, Douglas Adams said that mice were the smartest, and
Okay.
the dolphins were the second smartest, and we were the third. And when the dolphins were doing the jump and the twirl in the air, it's because they knew about the plan of the mice to hollow out the earth so it collapsed in on itself. So the little jump spin is actually their language telling us so long, thanks for all the fish. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You know, I recommend it. That's a good read. You'll never be the same after you're done reading it. You won't know if you're smarter for it or not. But nonetheless, it's a good one. So I've been looking into Mammoth Cave. Because I know we've teased about this. We've joked about how many miles of Mammoth Cave. 600 miles unexplored. Right? 600 miles unexplored. And there's even a pit. You guys know about the giant pit?
I don't believe so, no.
There's like a 100 foot.
I think I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it.
105 foot pit that they call the Giant's Tomb. Giant's Tomb or something. They said it's like just a massive, just shoot straight down into the earth, right?
Okay.
And then, a couple of years ago, a guy got in trouble for firing a gun he said that there was a Sasquatch.
I remember that.
Yeah, because
I was freaking out.
I actually, because the account was with two other, like, campers or something in the area. They said that it was a girl and a boy, a guy and a girl, and they said that this guy was with his son, and he was distraught or something. He literally, like, what I think is funny that he said he kind of did the fear and loathing thing. He's like, "This is Squatch country here."
Yeah.
He's like looking around, like doing all what's that guy's name from?
Yeah, Hunter Thompson.
Yeah, he's like all like, this is Squatch country here.
Yeah.
Like, so, and then after they said that he went off, because he was telling them that he just saw one, like, walking around, and then he walked away, and they said they heard a gunshot like probably a little bit later than that, a little after he left.
There's that story. The guy literally, firing a gun at a national park. But then there's a couple other ones where people described eye shine. Mm-hmm. Eye shine that was spaced a little too weird.
I thought there was a couple videos too of like a group passing like an entrance to the Mammoth Cave. I want to say but I might be wrong on that one.
I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, it's one I heard was it was eye shine where it was too high up and then the eyes were too far spaced, so they couldn't match it up with known animals. Mm-hmm. And then I got on a little kick where I started looking into as many eye shine videos as I could. And there were some where I was watching it and I'm like, man, I'm not convinced that wasn't like a raccoon or something. It's like, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, a coon climbs a tree.
Yeah.
It can be 8 foot tall real quick.
But there was a couple where it was like, okay, yeah, the eyes are spaced out kind of far. That's weird. You know what I mean? That's disconcerting. Like, what the hell is that if it's that big? You know what I mean? But one thing too is some of these like eye shines. These guys are shining spotlights out there and they're picking it up, and it's still right at the edge of that light. And it's eye shine's incredibly difficult to fake. That's why I'm like, man, there's something to this, something weird about it, And I know I've always gone back to this. I think that they can see better at night. I think that they have a much better eye for it. Going back to that, kind of crossing that one off with the whole, some people's description of large black eyes, And I'm like, man, what if it's not a large black eye? What if you're seeing a fully dilated pupil that's literally picking up all this extra light where he could see? You wouldn't develop that if you didn't live in a dark place.
Right.
Why would you develop that? You don't have to be fully subterranean, but something that spends a great deal of time. You could come up to the surface, but you know what I mean? Fuck. There's literally holes in the fucking earth everywhere. We've got sinkholes, dude. There's I listened to a show recently. I can't even remember what show it was, where this guy was literally talking about holes that he had on his property that just went to nowhere. Caverns, like you could throw shit in them and hear it, And I'm sitting there like, wow, like that's just on his property. He's got him marked off, like don't walk here,
Boy, that'd have been fun to map that out.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, how many of those are all over the place?
Right.
Could explain the magic disappearing trick. I don't know. I mean,
well, I haven't really heard anybody I've always heard the whole they just disappear.
Yeah.
But I've never noticed if anybody has investigated further, kind of roughly around the area that they said that they allegedly disappeared.
Right.
Like if there was some said alleged hole that they, or somehow I don't know, they can cover it quickly or something, or it would seem like they would make some type of sound if they did any type of covering.
I mean, what if they walk around? What if they know what they're looking for? You know what I mean? This eye, this eye that's just that much more developed for seeing where, it's harder to see. What if he looks and he sees it like, oh yeah, it's right there. What if we walk right past it or don't know it's there? What if some of these disappearances in these national parks are people who literally leaned up against the wrong thing and, down one of these damn things,
I mean, that's possible. I mean, a creature not being able to see the same way we see, it's hard to imagine what the world is like.
Yeah.
But you think if you've got holes in the ground, it's more evident in the winter, but if you dig a hole in the ground in the wintertime, steam rises.
Yeah.
Heat rises.
Right.
So maybe they see a difference in temperature
Maybe.
I mean, not to go full blown, predator.
Yeah.
But like maybe they can see the difference. I have no idea.
I was, re-listening to the David Paulides stories, especially the old man in upstate New York. And everybody reported hearing a large metallic sound, like a trap being closed. I got on and I started looking at videos of people throwing rocks in these holes. Guess what it sounds like?
Sounds like a trap.
It sounds like something metallic hitting. Whenever it hits the bottom, it's just big, or it'll have this weird sound. Dude, watch some of the ones where people throw rocks off of these crazy high bridges. Dude, by the time it hits, it doesn't even sound like a rock hitting anymore. It has this crazy
It's got a crack, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially throwing down maybe like a stone cave, like an actual. It's not like a dirt cave or anything. It's actually like if you throw a rock and you hit it off the side of a rock cave form, you're gonna hear the sound of the rock hitting rock again and then echoing off of. So it sounds like it. I can see that it sounds like whoosh, like something snapping closed.
It's a weird sound, and I started thinking, man, what if that sound they thought they heard was literally the guy falling or hitting when he fell, and how far did he have to fall to make that sound? You would think that, well, if he fell down a hole, he'd probably be yelling for help. Well, it depends on how far he fell.
It doesn't take very much.
Yeah. I mean,
it really doesn't.
We're not graceful.
There's people that fall off of buildings, that fall high up, that get lucky and survive somehow landing on something right. But there's also people that fall 15 feet and die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of digging into all that because there's so much circumstantial evidence, and just weirdness where it's we got 7 to 8 foot, 8.5, 9 foot tall alleged creatures that can disappear without a trace, but also we've got missing people by the bucket loads, right? And I'm like, maybe there's something to that. Maybe the holes in the earth, I don't know, it's weird.
I can't put it past like that sounds legible. Like these creatures are mostly cave dwelling, but then again, they would have to come to have fur and stuff because literally it changes your biology if you live if you're one species and you go underground. Look at a lot of insects and stuff. You'll put a scorpion or a spider in a cave. I've seen I was watching a video of a guy. He went down in this cavern underwater and came back up into this cave system.
Yeah.
And he was looking at all these because most insects, they can't go into the water or anything, so they live in this cave. So they don't go outside or there's no way else out.
Right.
So, since there's no sunlight or any of that sort, their bodies are transparent.
Right, yeah.
So
I've seen those.
And they're blind.
Yeah, they have no eyes.
They have no eyes. They go off of sound.
Yeah.
So, for it to, I've always said if they live in I want to say they probably travel distance.
Right.
In caves, but they do come out a lot during the nighttime. I guess I would say kind of like bats do,
right.
Because they're not bats are not totally cave dwelling creatures.
And bats see a lot better than people think too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we already have a mammal that'll hang out in caves and come out. Bears.
Yeah. There's a lot of misconceptions too. Like you said, bats are not anywhere close to being blind. Neither are moles.
Yeah, I was just saying about moles too.
Moles live 95% of their life underground, and they have pretty awesome eyesight and pretty awesome sense of smell and sense of hearing. It didn't really. I mean, we could be talking about the difference in how mammals adapt to being underground versus, bugs and fish.
Yeah,
and things
true.
Like that.
So,
especially a primate, we're like the masters of adapting because that's all we got.
No kidding.
I just don't know, what would cause that type of, I guess, evolution in a mammal. What would it be?
Especially a primate?
Yeah,
a primate. I could see a primate, literally, going underground, especially we're talking about if something was alive during the time of the megafauna, you know what I mean? Like everything's big, everything's nasty, everything's scary, human beings, we kind of didn't really change our stature a whole lot, but there was different offshoots of us. That each had their own strength or whatever. But what if there was this third that, what if their path just went a different way? What if, hey, I'm going to get as big as the goddamn bear is. I'm not going to get smaller.
I want to get bigger.
I might not be, as good at making fire or whittling things, but goddamn it, I can punch that bear right in the face and survive. Do you think that's, from evolutionary standpoint, that's a solid way to go. I mean, as far as a civilized human, human species goes, maybe not. Maybe, whatever. Mm-hmm. But we do have legends of giants and these creatures all the way back. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, There's, everything, every freaking continent on this planet, dude, almost every culture. Everybody has something that has to do with a giant creature, hairy creature or whatever, a Nephilim or Bigfoot, the Yeti, the Yowie. Everybody has one. Everybody has something, think the Loch Ness Monster's not even that popular. We've got 2 or 3 lakes, with their own Loch Ness Monsters, but it's not exactly like, hey, have you heard about OE, the Ohio River Monster?
Right.
No, you haven't, because we don't have one.
That's because he'd be a catfish.
He'd be a giant catfish, and his name would probably be Walter. And it wouldn't make any sense because that's where we live.
There is. He ate a Volkswagen bug.
I know. Yeah. Walter travels a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's been to every bottom of the dam to oversee any work being done.
Yeah.
We had that
He's certified is what it is. He's a welding inspector.
We had that one surprise in the Ohio River a couple years back.
Which one?
That shark?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they suggest that was a dump, though, where it was like an alive well.
Oh, somebody actually had it?
Yeah, because he wasn't in the river. He was on the banks.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
so
actually...
they think somebody came back from Florida, launched their boat, and realized there's still a shark in the well, so they just put him on the bank, is what they think.
It's a pretty good prank, though.
But there were some monster catfish photographed coming out of the Mississippi River that, are not too far from some of the stories where they beach themselves like whales do.
Yeah.
300-400 pounders.
I seen one just recently that came out of the river in Augusta. Well, it was like, oh my God, this thing's massive.
Yeah, the big blue cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, Jesus.
That was a 100-something pound blue cat, wasn't it?
Yeah, not quite a Volkswagen, but Walter's busy.
There was a one of the local auto parts stores around here that doesn't exist anymore. Had an article that was out of a newspaper that was taped up on their wall of weird stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was I forget what species the catfish was, but it was like 350 to 400 pounds that literally beached itself out of the Mississippi River. And it was like the news photograph, it was a real thing. So that's 400-pound cat. That's a pretty good sized cat.
Yeah, it's weird. You look back at those old pictures of some of them freaking crocodiles they got hanging from a crane, you know what I mean? This thing's like 30 feet long.
Yeah.
And they're like, these things lived when the dinosaurs did. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
He's 30 feet long, dude. Nothing was messing with him.
And that's what makes it to where we don't have any now, is because everybody hunted the giants to extinction.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
We're programmed to do that. So, like, you know, maybe some of the Bigfoot stories hold water. Maybe we hunted them to extinction
or close to it.
You know. Well, yeah, I feel like you bring up a good point. The whole alligator. They said that these alligators. Is it alligators or crocodiles? Are they the same thing?
They're the same family.
Okay,
They're
so
all crocodilians.
They lived during the dinosaurs, right?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, okay, they survived like through the ages. Why can't something another like relic hominid?
Yeah.
Type could.
In all
come
honesty,
through.
there was. We've got. Oh my God! There was like what 9 known crocodilians from prehistory that didn't make it, and a few that are related to them that did. From an evolutionary standpoint, what crocodilians did is fucking impressive. It's like sharks and crocodiles. Probably one of the 2 most successful species on the planet, even more than us. We've got like 100,000 years under our belt.
Yeah, almost 200,000.
Almost 2. You know, we're working on it. We're getting there. They've got millions and millions of years. You know, these great whites, you know, they used to be a lot bigger. You know, there's fundamentally not a whole lot of difference in the megalodon's bone structure than in modern great whites. They're just smaller.
Yeah.
You know, you could even argue it might even be the same creature, just smaller.
I mean, how far-fetched is that? Think about, like, the pictures you see from old newspaper clippings from, you know, the 1800s of, you know, giant snakes that were caught and killed in other countries.
Still being caught.
Yeah, and but they're as big around as garbage cans, you know, and there's like 40 guys all trying to hold one snake up. Those snakes don't exist anymore that we know of.
Yeah.
Because all the big ones were hunted for photographs.
Yeah.
You know?
They say that there's still spots in the jungle where they're still there. I mean, I don't know if anybody's like wanting to go find them or not, but
I don't want to.
I don't know if you guys like have seen this little movie called Anaconda.
Yeah, right.
You know what's weird about that movie is like, yeah, it's far fetched, you know, like the way the anacondas do, you know, maneuver and all that. But in all honesty, like actual green anacondas are pretty mean creatures. They're not, you know, like around here you see a little snake, he's more likely going to just kind of piss off. He's yeah, he's not really looking to pick a fight. You know, anacondas are they're kind of looking to pick a fight. Like they're not scared.
As long as they'll throw up whatever they just ate,
so they can eat you.
To win a fight.
Yeah,
you know?
I think the most recent picture I saw like of an anaconda, the biggest one, I think it actually swallowed a hog, like a decent sized hog, and everybody was like standing around it. It was digesting it, and I was like, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to stand here.
It's fucking crazy, man. I mean, it's like. There's some secrets still out there, I think, you know. But what I was saying was that from an evolutionary standpoint, crocodilians and sharks, I mean, they've done well. They've literally evolved to the perfect thing they can be and just stuck with it, and it works.
But didn't you? I think you said the same thing as. Didn't later down the road, like like T-Rex. Didn't they find smaller skeletons of the T-Rex going as generations go because of what they were hunting? Like, because when they were bigger, there was a big game to actually go hunt for. Yeah. But then over time, the game started to get smaller and smaller. So they basically stunted their own growth because they couldn't.
Well,
over evolution, isn't that how you explain it?
It's kind of like environmental evolution, and it's like a reaction to what's going on. If I'm a 34-foot long, you know, almost 10-ton, that's the holy grail for Rexes is 10 tons. If you know you're 9.5 tons and you're 34, 40 feet long walking around, and everything that you're trying to eat is way smaller. That it makes sense that it's time to downscale a little bit because this is not really efficient.
That kind of like I wanted to go full circle with that, like how you were saying that the great white could just be the megalodon, but just smaller. Like so over time, because a lot of things down in like oceans are not that. I think what's the biggest thing in the ocean nowadays is
blue whale.
Blue whale.
And there's
it's the biggest
literally
thing on Earth.
There's from what I understand, there are people who've reported seeing big ass bites taken out of blue whales.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
You know, like way bigger than they should be. I wonder about that because I'm like, I know that ocean is. I mean, there's secrets there. You know.
But then, like,
there's got to be secrets down there.
That's the thing to think about too. Is blue whales? Not only are they the largest species on the planet now, it's the largest known species on the planet ever.
Yeah,
and something's going after it.
Yeah, they were literally massive, and something was trying to take a bite out of it. You know, it's like years ago that film. It was like an oil rig or whatever over in Japan, you know, and they have this camera down there watching. And you're sitting there watching sharks swim by and all this stuff, and it's interesting, but then like the background gets up and swims away. It was like, what the hell was that? Dude, the thing took up the whole, it was so big that it was just the background.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even notice it. When it swam away, it was like, okay, what's that? And they were like, we don't know.
We don't know.
I mean, how the hell do you say that? How do you go like, oh yeah, we don't know. We're working on it. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on this rig.
That's big.
No, the next helicopter out, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's real big. It's real big, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, probably big enough to eat us. I don't know.
I'm sorry, like there's like other than like okay, I've always said this like spiders, ladders, and open ocean is like just my bugaboos.
So we need a boat with a ladder full of spiders.
Right.
To get Tyler through this, and he has to sail this boat across the open sea.
I mean, it is spider season down here in the valley.
Yeah.
I killed 2 or 3 today.
Yeah. I'm glad they're waking up because maybe they could start working on these goddamn stink bugs.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that like literally didn't even die out during the winter.
I don't care.
You know, my wife actually tamed a ladybug over the winter.
Really?
She have like a
Yeah, dude, this is crazy. She started feeding this ladybug kale. So the ladybug is sitting right next to the bed. Like, dude, it's the size of a BB. And it's sitting there staring at her. And she's like, oh, my ladybug's here. So she rips off some kale out of her salad and puts it on the thing next to it. It literally, like, it takes it like 10 minutes to go, like, that far. It's like, over, starts eating it. One day, she's sitting there and she's like, she sees the ladybug's crawling up her knee. And she's like, oh, she must be wanting to eat. It literally bites the shit out of her. She's like, what the hell? I didn't know they could bite. I didn't know that either.
Oh, yeah.
So she grabs it, puts it on the counter, and gives it a piece of salad. She's like, there.
we need to talk about the biting.
Like, geez, Pete. I was like, I mean, it's funny that you're sitting there, you're laying there, and you're looking over, and there's literally this ladybug, like, I'm like, I am not comfortable with this. This thing is staring at us. This ladybug's trying to figure out how it's going to take us out.
We had
we're buying time with kale
today. I almost took a picture of it. I thought about taking a picture and putting it in our group chat.
Yeah,
but I decided not to. It was a big ass fisher spider.
Oh no!
And if you know what a fisher spider is, those of you out there, they can dwarf a wolf spider real quick in size. This one here was probably about like
Tyler is now holding his ears.
So it was 1.5 inches, 2 inches across, I'd say, with the legs spread out.
Oh yeah.
It was in the kitchen sink, thirsty, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, we got to get this thing out of here. And Sam's working on trying to get it out of the sink.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there watching, and she gets it up onto the countertop, where it proceeds to getting the torque position. You know, head down, ass up. I've never seen a fisher spider put its ass straight up in the air before.
What the hell? What's that mean?
I don't know, but it was not happy.
He was asserting dominance.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, like full blown. Like the front of the spider was touching the counter, and the ass was almost vertical. I've never seen one do that before.
What you guys are hearing is Tyler hyperventilating, trying to not hear what we're talking about. So then you dropped it off at Tyler's, and then
I actually just took it outside.
No, my bad.
And you beat it to death.
Negative.
Yeah.
No, because if it's out there eating, it's going to eat whatever I don't want in here too.
Yeah, Tyler's not. He's just not on board with it.
It was about twice the size of the one I killed last week.
So I was reading about Arnios. You guys seen those?
No.
Prehistoric spiders. Giant prehistoric spiders.
How big were they?
About yay big. Yeah, big. I'd still like, to me, I would rather deal with that than the Arthropleura.
Yeah.
There's nothing about the Arthropleura that I like.
That's the centipede, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that.
I don't want that around. I would shotgun that thing down. It would be
anything
bad.
that can rear up at 7 foot tall.
Yes.
And has 50 legs on the ground.
Yeah.
And 50 in the air.
And probably poisonous.
Oh, you know.
I'm not into it. Just not into it. I would.
Hell, it was probably venomous.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything back then was just horrible.
Yeah.
But you look at those species, and even evolution, spiders. There's a point here to the spiders and such. Even now, the only thing that stops spiders from getting that big is us.
I've heard this.
And I make sure to tell Tyler this.
He tells me
every
that.
day.
I think I know that more than anything in this world.
In South America, one of their famous cryptids is giant spiders. Man-eaters. Giant spider legs. Just touching your face while you're sleeping.
Shut up.
So yeah, I mean that's a cryptid down there.
Right.
But out of all cryptids, I mean all, that one's pretty feasible. There's a likelihood of that one way higher than almost any other.
No.
Because we are literally the only thing that keeps them in check.
No.
From getting that big.
No.
And some of them slip past us.
I've seen some monsters.
There's always
Never
that
quite
lucky
big.
duck. You ever seen that picture of that one that's on the side of that wall and it's like that damn big?
Yeah.
Dude, I would literally be, yes, that's the point of no return for me in spiders. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get my rifle. Hopefully you're gone. No, you stay there. If he's gone when I get back, I'm going to freak out. So that would be where the Mosin comes out, and I draw the line. If it's as big as that damn fan right there, it's getting shot. That's just I don't want it. Don't want it around.
Right.
Tyler's literally gone through so many phases during this conversation.
Has he reached acceptance yet?
No, he's still in denial.
He keeps looking around at the floor too. I did notice that.
He's checking. He wants to make sure there's none around. As long as I've known him, he's never, like, this is a constant. He's never liked anything that has to do with spiders. Nope. It looks like there's a lot of folks out there on our YouTube supporting that are right there in your corner.
They're freaky. I'm just saying they're not of this freaking world.
What about mantis? Those are my favorite. Are you cool with mantis?
Mantis?
Yeah, praying mantis.
I'm okay with those. I'm okay with scorpions.
Yeah, see, scorpions, I'm not.
I think scorpions are okay. They just remind me of lobsters.
That's what I'm saying. A stingy lobster is just unnatural. Right? A stingy dad.
Yeah,
it's a hornet. It's a crawdad hornet. Dude, I don't want anything to do with it.
That's a fair assessment.
Like, I don't want that.
And they glow in the black light.
Yeah, dude, that's not right.
Right.
That's not right.
I just know. I think spiders are aliens. They are drones that are sent down from a high intelligent alien species of spiders that are sent here they'll bite us to get our DNA, and they send it back to the mothership to figure out how to kill us.
Yeah, but not a lot of spiders bite us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Although they do say that in your lifetime you will have
yeah.
you will have swallowed at least a few spiders in your sleep.
Don't give me that, like, because I've actually
I have
woke.
a whole list of these that I like to throw at him just to.
It's
trying to help him.
It like creeps
Keep
me
him on
out
his
because
toes.
I'll wake up randomly at nighttime, coughing like I just choked on something, and I'm like, oh, God. I can feel it crawling in my throat. I'm just.
Dude, for the next couple of days, do you start feeling spidery? Like you're like, oh man, I'm gonna crawl.
Oh
up the
my
wall
God!
for no
Like
reason.
I like, dude. That's the thing. I've always told myself if I was Peter Parker, I would hate myself. I'd probably try like murder
I
myself
don't
every
know.
day.
If I was able to do that, I'd be like, dude, this is
Right.
sick.
Like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you'd be a giant spider.
Yeah.
You know, and that's terrifying. But you're not, because you'd have the DNA in you, and you would be assimilated.
You know what
No,
I
could
always
just
thought
hate myself.
is what if they did like a scientifically correct Spider-Man? Okay, hear me out, right? I know this is going to be terrible.
This went off
I'm on
on a
board.
tangent.
Okay,
I'm
so
on board already.
So the very first like criminal when he's just starting out as the realistic Spider-Man, he webs him up, he cocoons him, then he eats him. Dude, it sets an example to all the other criminals.
Right.
There's this crime fighter out there who literally will web you up and cocoon you, and then he'll eat you.
But
Cocoon's
no-
probably not the right word, but still.
But no one will. But that's the whole point of no one would actually.
He sucks the blood out of the.
No one would trust you. You're not a superhero because you killed somebody. It's like you're not. You have to be above that.
That's probably why they didn't go that route, I guess.
Well, there
It's
was an
disappointing.
episode where it got reversed on Peter Parker.
The man spider.
Yeah, the man spider.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
See, that's where I would. That's the direction I would go. Yeah.
That's the direction I would just run in front of a train if that was me.
Yeah.
I don't even like The Fly.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Jeff Goldblum.
Dude, that
You
whole,
don't like Jeff
that whole
Goldblum.
movie just creeps me out because of how he looks.
It
Like,
has. We were just talking about Jeff Goldblum before.
Just makes me. It just creeps me out. Like that's just like. I don't like I don't like really much of insects.
I get you. So yeah, this week on the Kentucky X-Files, we wanted to show you guys how to
The
derail your
mysteries
own
of-
show.
The
'Cause that's what we
mysteries
do.
of what scares the crap out of Tyler.
But you know what though? They know. They're like, yeah. They know. There's no script.
I just already feel like if this gets in, like the show gets any bigger than it is, we start making all these merchandising stuff. I feel like somebody's gonna want to have a spider Tyler. It's just like my head on a spider.
Yeah.
It's like a little plushie.
If you're
Like,
skilled with Photoshop at all, you need to send them in to us. Send them in to us. Photoshop a spider Tyler and send it to us.
could, especially
to
if
see
we start doing anything on live, we need emojis.
Hey, you should tell these good folks listening about the cryptid thing you found out about that we're going to go to.
Oh, hold on.
Right? Are we going? Are we going?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know
I'm down.
I'm down. Hold on, let me get the actual info.
Yeah, Tyler found this cryptid festival.
I'm going to start this so we have an
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. I've been watching too.
Yeah, have you since the start?
Yeah, I've been watching.
We got about 30 left.
It's just under,
Yeah,
about
okay.
20.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. So you guys out there, you should once he tells us all the info, you guys should come hang out with us. That'd be fun. Let's do a meet and greet. I'd like to meet some of these folks if they're around, If you're not, no big deal. We'll come to your house. Especially
Okay, yeah,
Travis's house.
Show Tyler your spiders.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have a spider tattoo? Send it in.
It's on April the 30th. It's called Chilo Cryptid Festival. Chilo, Ohio. I think that's what it
Chillicothe?
CHILO.
Oh.
Is that like Chilo?
Chilo?
Chilo.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a village in Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Claremont County.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
At 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's kind of a short one, but it looks like it's has music, food, drink, all games, craft, vendors and stuff. So we were just going to go in there, kind of throw our presence out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm definitely gonna. I want to pack the GoPro along.
Yeah.
And I got a mount for this recorder we can take along with us. So hopefully, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be people there displaying things and whatever. I'm hoping to get some on-site interviews, and
see if we can meet anybody that actually had some encounters.
Yeah.
See if we can get some live interviews there. That would be
really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
It'll be our first one. I wanted to ask you guys. We said something about it last year.
Yeah.
But Crypticon, it's in Lexington.
Yeah.
But it's in November, so it's a ways away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something we might either try to do a booth, or at least go make an appearance. I feel like that's something that we should, because Crypticon
awesome.
is it's one of the big ones. And I think we need to make our presence there. And I feel like a lot of people in the area, the Kentucky area, come out, say hi to us.
They're going to realize they got their own Kentucky show, their own native show, ready to talk about this stuff. And that'll be exciting. And it'd be cool to sit and hear some stories and talk some theory with some folks, Maybe some of them can, tell us how dumb we are. I want somebody to be like, nope. Here's what. And I want to sit with them and
just
and
saying.
hear that.
There's a couple times at Crypticon, Dr. Meldrum's been there.
Tyler really likes Dr. Meldrum.
Really want to talk to him.
Really likes him a lot. Would you if you met him he's just nodding with his grin on his face right now.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see this.
Such a nice guy.
Is it gonna be like when SpongeBob meets that famous guy, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. I would definitely get that on video for you guys. I would love to be there filming while Tyler meets Dr. Meldrum.
I just love his.
Is he a doctor? He's Dr. Jeff Meldrum, isn't he?
Yeah, he should. Yeah, I thought he has his PhD. Isn't that considered a?
Yeah, that's a doctor.
Yeah, that's a doctorate. I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
It'd be cool if you because he's a doctor. If you just started asking him stuff, I got this pain in my elbow.
I got this rash. I'm not that type of doctor.
Yeah, but this rash though, it looks kind of like a Bigfoot.
Well, you're a primatologist. I'm kind of a primate, so you should know.
Yeah, you should know what this means. You'd probably be like, "Get away from me! Stop talking to me!"
And then I get the most precious thing in the mail. A restraining order signed.
Oh my God!
It's signed.
I want to believe at some point he's gonna flip through and just happen upon this and hear it.
Yeah.
There is a event page on Facebook.
Ooh!
For the Shiloh Cryptid Festival.
Awesome.
There's only 238 members, but currently the group is paused.
Okay.
As of today. Oddly enough.
Huh. I wonder what's up with that.
I saw.
Maybe they
I was looking
suspected
around.
we would show up, and they were like, "Let's pretend like it's canceled." So those guys,
I got you. Well, it is in April.
Those guys with their theories.
I wonder why it's paused. We should maybe they listen to us. How cool would that be if they listened to us?
That would be cool.
Explain to us why you paused it,
Yeah.
Sarah Angel.
That's a mystery.
I didn't know if you want to throw the video of
last week we talked about the
possible
Bigfoot
coming to a city near you.
Or it was a guy in a gorilla suit, because that's really common around here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went there. Took the GoPro with you.
Yeah, it's not the greatest view. I do explain it. I don't know if you use some of my audio in it. I did talk in it.
Yeah.
Just kind of give a rundown of what I was doing. But trying to drive and use the GoPro, and I only had just that mount, so I didn't have a little selfie stick to go outside. But it kind of like him, like whatever said Gorilla Suit Man, Sasquatch, he would have to go over a guardrail.
Yeah.
And go down a pretty steep embankment that went down, and there's a bunch of trees. Gibbs, you watched it. It seemed pretty steep from what you could.
In the video, you could tell it's steep because as the embankment on the side of the road gets lower, the tops of the trees correspond correctly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you could tell it's fairly steep right there.
So I tell you what, out there listening, check the channel this week, and I'll throw it up. And we can all see it because I haven't seen it yet. So.
I was going to try. I wanted to get out and get a better shot of the whole area, but it's a curve and it's a back road, and
Gotcha.
People in the back roads, they'll go whatever speed they want.
Yeah, I get
so.
I don't want you getting ran over for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. We'll check it out, and you guys out there, check it out this week. It'll be up. I'd probably get it up there by Wednesday or so.
It's a small clip. I didn't know if you wanted to just do a short of it or throw it up there. It's whatever. But yeah, we'll. Like I said, I even said it on there. I was like, if it was a person in a monkey suit, he ate something and it was probably ground tree. He broke something and he's probably still laying down there. Oh, if it was him, because the guy said he hopped over it, right?
Yeah, he said he stepped over it.
He stepped over it, so yeah, even stepping over it, there's a pretty big drop off, going straight down.
Right.
Before that, so he had to have a big stride, or he would have stunned and fell on the guardrail, and then rolled down the hill.
Yeah, I'm curious about it.
So yeah,
hopefully. Still chasing some leads down.
Yeah.
There was one guy that I talked to briefly who's he's got some information about another sighting not too far from there, which I'm hoping to connect with him this week, and then we'll try to get him on. He said he would, the next time we get together and record, he would like to get on here and get on the phone and tell us what he knows about it, and
Awesome.
And then one of the other people said that they had a couple encounters at East Fork, which I'd like to dig into sometime, hopefully. Which I know there's other sightings at East Fork. I've got a few pins on the map. That's another thing is people were asking about Monster Tracker, and how that's going to work and how whatever. And I keep telling them hey, look, when we get it ready, we'll make an announcement. We'll
East Fork is only 28 minutes from the festival.
Nice. So we could actually get out there for a little bit, maybe get some footage.
I mean, the festival's only a little bit. It's not really a long festival.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun, and if you guys out there, I noticed several people mentioned that they would be stoked to actually do a membership to Monster Tracker and follow it and support it.
I feel like that would probably be our best bet, so we can do our research behind the scenes, so we can put pins, and so we can take the time to actually look up to make sure that if they kind of fit the pattern that we're seeing, and we're not putting ones that seem like they that might be kind of fake, or
picking a random spot on the map with sightings. Right, picking a random spot. This was an interesting little development, which is I have a southwest to northeast kind of pattern going on. It only changes when it gets near heavily populated areas. It breaks and it goes back to its pattern again. Now I noticed that when you go to some of the other states and look at their sightings, you can see those same zigzags, and it's same directions. So I don't know what's up with that. Why during certain parts of the year the patterns are doing the same thing. They go around populated areas, things like that. But one thing that was interesting to me was that some of the other states, some of the patterns went right through military land with no real change of course, just right through it. I wonder about that, because I would think that they would avoid them, but apparently, I haven't dug in and weeded those out at all, but if they fit the pattern, then that's basically they're just walking through military land like whatever, But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of stuff coming up, and the monster tracker is definitely gonna be happening.
That's cool.
I can't wait. I can't wait to dig into it, get into it again. But you know what, guys? I'm falling asleep over here. I can tell we're all feeling it.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap this one up. Let these people get on with their lives.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Kentucky X-Files. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. Definitely a long week.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And what a day.
Yeah.
What a day. I'm not gonna give you guys all the boring details, but
thank you, Tyler.
I
said thank you. I moved the mic so he could hear me. He's walking away and doesn't have headphones on. I said thank you, buddy.
All right, guys. You guys take care of each other out there. We'll see you on the next one.
See you.